Oh hey guys, it's Paul from Musky Beard. I've been on this journey for about 12 months, this minoxidil beard growth journey, and I've learned quite a lot. It's been a long 12 months of trying things out, research, having high expectations. It's been quite a bumpy ride. So this friendly advice is just for those guys who maybe have a month's experience of minoxidil. Maybe you haven't even started yet. I'm talking simply to like the beginners. Alright, so tip number one is you definitely want to have some hope and some passion. Hope in drastically improving your appearance and that having an effect on your self-esteem, your confidence, your attractiveness, and passion simply because it makes it a lot easier, right? Napoleon Hill, I think that's his name in Think and Grow Rich, he talks about burning desire. If you look at all these successful people, all these successful companies and celebrities and stuff like that, millionaires, they had a burning desire in whatever they did, and they achieved it partly because they had a burning desire for it. You don't have to be as passionate as I was, but just a simple desire. And this one is just like a bonus step. If you need some extra motivation or encouragement, if you're around 2 to 3 months, you see some good vellus hairs, dye it up, maybe put some mascara on it, make sure you know what you're doing when you're using this stuff, put that on, and then, you know, wash it off and stuff, wait a couple of days and see what it looks like. That's gonna trigger some motivation, that's gonna trigger some hope, because it's gonna be like, damn, this is what it looked like if I actually had a beard. Tip number two is you wanna have realistic expectations. Now, I didn't have realistic expectations until about like 6 months or something. Around that time is when I knew that my beard gains weren't going to be as amazing as some other guys. It's kind of hard to determine what a realistic expectation is because sometimes you could have slumps and high peaks of growth, slumps, high peaks. You wouldn't really be able to tell, especially if you're like under 3 months, under 5 months. You don't really know like what your gains are going to look like in 9 months, 12 months, something like that. So realistically, expect to be on this journey for at least a year. Don't set any goals lower than that, and don't set false expectations of having like those huge beards, those huge mustaches. Don't expect anything like that. I would suggest having an expectation of a short beard, or perhaps a terminal beard, a beard full of terminal hairs. My goal right now is to make these terminal. That's my goal. Tip number three, this is obvious, let's just get out the way. You need patience, right? You're literally putting this thing on, excited, hopeful, but not seeing anything. That's discouraging. Putting in the work and not getting results, that's kind of tough on your mind. That's kind of, you need to, like, just look at my gains, for example. Just be patient. Accept what you got, and just keep persevering. Tip number four is you are going to have side effects. Now, these side effects should not be that serious. If you're new to minoxidil, it will be kind of sudden for you. You might have never experienced heart palpitations, and all of a sudden now you do. These side effects should diminish. Dry skin is definitely preventable. Acne is preventable. Heart palpitations, not really preventable, but there are things you can do to not make it worse. For example, if you smoke cigarettes, drink a lot of coffee and stuff, this stuff will actually affect your heart rate, heartbeat. Or if you have anxiety, using minoxidil can intensify anxiety. That's not written anywhere, that's just what I've noticed. Especially when I use minoxidil 10%, my heart beat like crazy. And whenever I was nervous, it just intensified that nervous feeling. So that's just a kind of a warning. Tip number five, appreciate your own gains. Don't compare your own gains towards other people in the minoxidil beard spot. Compare your results from when you started day one, and think about how much you've grown and just appreciate it. Just be like, damn, this is pretty cool that I have this much grown. I've never had this much grown in my whole entire life. That's the perspective I sit on. I've never had this much facial hair in my life. If this were all I had and I were to quit minoxidil tomorrow and never grow any more hairs, I'd be pretty satisfied with that, honestly. It's not like I'm disgusted by it or anything like that. I appreciate my gains. Tip number six is don't go crazy with supplementation. A good quality multivitamin from a respectable brand is pretty good. It has all your essential nutrients like biotin, iron, some things that promote collagen, some things that promote blood flow and stuff like that. Don't buy anything that says beard growth multivitamin, because those are just multivitamins. You could try out dermarolling if you have very sensitive skin. I would start with the 0.5 millimeter. As far as supplementation goes, you can experiment with other things that are not popular, such as like copper peptides. You can do that, but understand that you're venturing into experimentation and theory that is not necessarily universally accepted as truth. If you're gonna experiment with these things and add them to your resume, I would definitely make sure you do your research. And then once you determine you want to put that in your resume, you need to try that thing out for about 2 to 3 months to see if it actually has gains. And if you do have gains, this is the hard part. You won't know if those gains were from that added supplements or were just from your natural minoxidil beard growth rate. So it's kind of iffy. There's no certainty in it at all. This is, like I said, venturing into the unknown. And tip number 7 is that you're going to be told to shave all the time. I work at a restaurant and my boss has told me literally 20 to 30 times this past couple months to shave this thing out. While I was on this beard growth journey, she would notice I'd grow more and more hairs and she would always tell me to shave. Make sure you don't shave or trim out of discouragement, out of peer pressure. Do it at your own regard. If you want to clean up some hairs, if you want to make it look more uniform, go ahead and shave, go ahead and trim if you want. It's not going to affect your gains, but definitely don't do it out of peer pressure. This was just a quick casual video. Literally haven't planned this video at all, just kind of flowing through my mind right now. I hope this helped you guys, and I think that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.